نعم وضحنا له أن الأمر لا يمكن أن يدار بهذه الطريقة.
There are reports that you are one of 3 army officers who personally told President Bashir that he was no longer in power. Can you confirm that?
Yes. أنا ذهبت إليه وأخبرته بذلك.
What did you say to him?
قلت له بأن قيادة القوات المسلحة قد قررت أن الأوضاع ستخرج عن السيطرة، لذلك عليك أن تترك الأمر.
What did he say?
He said okay.
Just like that?
Yes.
Because
هو أيضا طلب أن نحافظ على المواطنين ونحافظ على الأمن ونحافظ على السودان.
Was he arrested immediately? What did you do with him?
نعم.
Because I'm hearing reports and reliable sources here in Khartoum that he is in a state of shock at what has happened, that he is depressed, that he's refusing to eat here in prison.
لا الآن هو موجود في السجن والصحف وحالته الصحف يطالع الصحف يوميا وحالته جيدة.
How can we verify that he is in prison? Because again, so many people in Sudan are saying we don't really believe that he's in prison.
يمكن أن تأخذ المعلومات من السجن.
Can I verify it personally?
هذا الأمر متروك لسلطة السجون.
But isn't it your responsibility as the current leader of the Sudan? Because one senior Western diplomatic source said to me, you must show yourself to be better than the regime you've replaced. You can't just detain Omar al-Bashir, Ali Usman Taha, his vice president, and his other associates, his 2 brothers, and not charge them and not have them visited or inspected by the International Red Crescent, for example.
إذا كان الأمر لا يتعارض مع حقوق السجناء أو حقوق الإنسان يمكن أن نعرض صور أو نعرض فيديوهات لما تم الآن. نحن نحتفظ بذلك لكن نعلم أنها قد تعد مخالفة لحقوق السجناء.
What should happen to Omar al-Bashir? Because he stands accused of crimes against humanity, war crimes and genocide. And Amnesty International Joan Nyanyuki says he must be immediately handed over to the ICC, the International Criminal Court, for due process to be followed. His case must not be hurriedly tried in Sudan's notoriously dysfunctional legal system. Justice must be served. Will you hand him over to the ICC?
نحن لدينا قضاء عادل ونزيه ولا نشك في أنه سيعاقب كل مجرم أو كل متهم العقاب الذي يستحقه.
So he will not be handed over to the ICC?
لا أظن ذلك إلا إذا كان السلطات أو القضاء السوداني عجز عن محاسبته، لكن نحن لدينا الثقة في القضاء السوداني ونثق أنه يمكن أن يعاقب محليا.
Do you have the mandate to decide that? Because what if the transitional government or a subsequent democratically elected government says we don't abide by what General al-Burhan says, we want to see Omar al-Bashir delivered to the ICC, and the Sudanese Professional Association says that that is an option they want to leave open. You couldn't stop that, could you?
بعد أن يتم تسليم السلطة للسلطة الشعبية المنتخبة التي تمثل الشعب السوداني هي حرة تسلم من تشاء، حتى أنا إذا أردت أن تسلمني لا مانع، هذه سلطة الشعب.
So you accept it's not a guarantee that you can make?
لا أحد يعلم ماذا سيحصل في المستقبل.
Could you preempt this perhaps by allowing him to go into exile somewhere? Because President Museveni of Uganda has said he would give him shelter. Is that a possibility?
الآن هنالك دعاوى وقضايا مرفوعة ضده. إذا ثبتت براءته في كل التهم.
When will you put him on trial? When can we see him on trial?
متى طلبت النيابة ذلك؟
And would it be the court case, could it be under international supervision?
هذا أمر تحدده السلطة التي تأتي في الموضوع.
In terms of what the international community can do to help Sudan at this transitional period, one thing that you are seeking is a removal of the sanctions by the United States of America, because Sudan is on the list of states that sponsors terrorism. But the Americans are saying that that is too premature. You've talked of sending a delegation, and it's likely that they won't accept it.
نحن نسعى لتسليم حكومة مدنية في القريب العاجل وأظن أنها ستتولى أمر العلاقات الخارجية أفضل منا نحن العسكريين، وستتحدث به السودان بصورة أفضل. نحن نسعى لأن يكون ذلك عاجلا، من الأسبوع الحالي أو المقبل تتولى الأمر سلطة مدنية. لكن نحن الولايات المتحدة الأمريكية دولة عظمى قائدة في العالم، ونتطلع أن تكون لها أدوار إيجابية في السودان.
We've also had reports that the United Arab Emirates and Saudi Arabia have pledged to give Sudan, to give you $3 billion. They know you because, of course, you've been in charge of sorting out the Sudanese soldiers who've served in Yemen, and that helps their coalition there against the rebels in the Yemen. But we've heard chants on the streets saying to Saudis, we don't want your money. Has that money been sent to you, and have you accepted it?
علاقتنا مع المملكة العربية السعودية علاقة أزلية وقديمة، وهم أصدقائنا وجيراننا، ونحن شركاء معهم في كل شيء. إذا كان دافعنا عنهم فهذا حقهم، وإذا كان قاتلنا معهم فهذا حقهم علينا بحكم الجيرة، بحكم الدين، بحكم اللغة. فلا غضاضة في أن ندافع معهم متى ما حصلت لديهم أي إشكاليات. أنا كنت قائد للقوات البرية بحكم وظيفتي، كنت مسؤول من كل الجنود في السودان، ليس الذين في اليمن أو في السعودية لوحدهم.
Have you received the money? Is it on its way?
ليس بعد.
But if it comes, you would accept it?
هم أصدقاؤنا وحلفاؤنا، نحن لم نطلب منهم، هم متى ما شاءوا يقدموا الدعم.
Finally, for 63 years of independence for Sudan from Britain in 1956, for all but 10 of those years, Sudan has been ruled by the military. Former Prime Minister Sadiq al-Mahdi of the Ummah Party, one of the oldest, biggest parties in Sudan, says the military have become hinged to the idea of takeover. So we must have a civilian military charter that makes the military subject to civilian democratic control. Are you, General Burhan, committed to taking, finally, the army out of Sudanese politics?
أصلا القوات المسلحة لن تتدخل في الأمر السياسي ما لم يستدعي الأمر أو ما لم تطلب بوسط الشعب. الآن الشعب هو من أتى للقوات المسلحة وطالبها بالتدخل.
Well, they want you to step down, though. The street has made it very clear they don't want the army to stay in power, and you've become accustomed to ruling.
الآن نحن جاهزين للتنحي.
You're ready now?
Yes.
Straight away?
Yes.
Matter of days?
في أي وقت اطمأننا أن هنالك حكومة تحافظ على السودان وتحافظ على الشعب السوداني.
General Abdel Fattah al-Burhan, thank you very much indeed for coming on Hard Talk.